Oh, there we go.
And there's Sean. There we go. Welcome everyone to this beautiful workshop. I had a feeling that that Swan is joining us for a very long time. Because we started talking about it in such an early place. Oh, I just get a message from Tanya. Doesn't have her supply ready, but she can hop on. It's okay. There you go. We'll see if she's hopping on. Hi, Sean. How are you?
Hi. You're my mic. Okay, hi. No, I've got like supplies all around me. I was scattering about, and then I knocked something over, and I knocked something else over. So anyway, I
Well,
I
let's get that energy down. Let's get it
I
down.
got a lot of markers and papers and no feathers around me, but
and the beautiful Celtic swan, beautiful goose. Here we go. Let's get my notes here. Tanya is also making dinner, so that's not going to work out. That's all good. The beautiful goose is here, though, to help us with transformation and purity, balance and harmony, intuition and insight, and the soul's journey. And tapping into the energy for the workshop. I know in my presentation next week, Tuesday, we'll dive in, really feeling into a lot of other topics, but creativity and a soul's journey brings a lot together because you can connect with the colors, with the energy of it, and it really kind of invites the heart to push through information that wants to be shared with us. Our connection with the energy, and both beautiful ladies who are here on the call as well, were in the Reiki circle earlier, we really connected with bringing things home and anchoring things in. So our soul is always looking to come home. The beautiful thing is with Swan, it's make the connection between the other worlds. And that makes it easier to connect with our soul's internally journey. So from many different lifetimes. And these messages and these emotions, sometimes they flare up in the world that we're in, or in the life that we are in now. And it really is a reminder for us that our spiritual journey is an ongoing one, and that we can connect with something greater than ourselves. We have so much more knowledge than ourselves, which of course then kind of dials into our intuition and insight, where the swan is highly intuitive, representing that deeper connection with the inner self and the ability to see beneath the surface, which brings out more of the beauty of ourselves, the beauty where, we all know the story of the little duckling that becomes that beautiful swan. It's also in our soul's journey, connecting with our intuition and our insight journey, to push out that beauty that is within us, and preferably in balance and harmony, of course. So the swan, known for their serene nature and ability to glide effortlessly through the water, reflecting an inner peace, balance, harmony. And you can just feel how the energy is already calming down even more and more. And when you can connect that, and we've been talking about being in the equinox at this moment, where the sun and the moon kind of is bowing down to each other. So they're also trying to bring in that balance and harmony at the same time, which offers us that transformation that I started out with, transformation and purity, that symbolizes our personal transformation. It helps us connect with overcoming emotionally or spiritual challenges. And the white feather, that, of course, that we're going to play with, represents that purity and that spiritual awakenings. And it just brings it all back together as a whole. So between September 2nd and September 29th, this is the energy that we are invited to play with. And this is the energy that I really invite everyone to bring into the meditation. So I don't know if there's any questions, but otherwise I invite everyone to lean back, and you're welcome to switch off the camera, but into a beautiful meditation and relaxation at the same time. For me, it's always switching over from presentation mode into meditation mode. So I'll be wiggling a little bit, and maybe one or two yawns might be joining us here as well. So my invitation is to get back into your earthly body, and from your earthly body to go into our emotional body, because the two are really aligned. And where we are in now at this time of the year with the equinox, and we also celebrated this big new moon, which had an eclipse. There's a lot of energy that is playing with our earthly body, with our emotionally body. And it sometimes makes it really complicated to connect with our soul, with our divine self. And our divine self has lots to say and wants to guide us, and it tries to grab our attention through our intuition. That's a lot of energy to go through first before it can actually help us and guide us. So with every breath that you're taking, feel that relaxation, feel that calmness coming in, feel the ease. And my invitation for you in that breath is to really wait for the calmness to come in. The last thing that we want to do with this beautiful swan energy is to go like, let's transform right now. So take everything out of the equation that may make too much noise or is distracting. And just know how easy things are. How easy it is to have that breath go in. And if you haven't done so yet, I invite you to really close your eyes, feel how they're just falling shut. How easy it is, how calm it is. And while you're closing your eyes, I invite you to envision this beautiful park. This beautiful park with ancient trees and beautiful water body. And notice that there is this feeling of calmness with the trees and the grasses and the flowers and the water that is just at ease. And while you're looking around, you are not only seeing big trees, but also beautiful vines They're growing around the pond. And while you're walking around, you really feel drawn towards the water. And just take a moment and take a breath in and just really feel in the senses that are around, the colors that are around. And then when you look in the water, you see this beautiful swan. And then these amazing, loving, cute little ducklings behind it. And at the end, there is another beautiful swan. This family that just easily glides through the water. Feel into the ease of the energy, how easy it is to move, how beautiful it looks. Find a place to just sit down and enjoy the energy, the joy, the love that's being shared. See how the little ones are trying to keep up, picking up lessons. Of course, at the same time, trying to figure things out. And just feel how that is coming into your energy as well. As we are always trying to figure things out. We're learning things, we're tripping over things. And it's such a nice feeling of knowing that it's not just you that needs to learn things. And then feel how your focus goes to the beautiful swans, how these beautiful souls has transformed in these beautiful, energetic beings. And even within their beauty, they're still learning. There's no feeling of, well, I got this figured out. But there is this invitation of being in the beauty and being in the learning. You can really tap into that feeling of it's all okay. And have a look around and feel into how the beauty, the learning, what messages is that bringing up for you? What is standing out? Maybe it's bringing up something specific for yourself, something you love about yourself, something that you find beautiful about yourself, or about your life. About your environment that you're in. And while you're connecting with this beautiful swan energy, have a feeling and have a look around what is grasping your eye of this environment that is being presented to you. What does it look like? What is standing out? And start to feel how these things are starting to complement each other, how they start to mesh together. And just put your hand on your heart and just feel into this beautiful animal, this energy. And just notice that there is something specific. There's a message or a photo or a symbol that just comes towards you. And I invite you to really embrace that. Because this is something to support you with this beautiful craft that we're doing. Maybe it's colors, or maybe it wants to express something. And then slowly feel how you're getting up and you say goodbye to these incredible animals and their cute little ones. You start finding your own path. And with your breath, you feel how you're slowly traveling home. You feel your chair and the sounds around you. And then with your next in-breath, you slowly open your eyes. And welcome back. And just stay in this beautiful energy. If you want, you can pick up your journal. And as always, I have some questions for you to play around with. And the first question being, what qualities or virtues do I cherish most within? And maybe that came up for you in the meditation. Maybe you were able to connect with something that was specifically yours. And just take a moment and write it down. And of course, these questions are going to be sent to you as well. So you can always ponder about it afterwards. One more question. How can I represent these inner strength and values through specific colors and patterns? Maybe when you were sitting around a beautiful pond, there were some things that stood out for you. I was, of course, very drawn to the vines as I've been connecting with vines. This vine is the tree for this month as well. I'm always impressed with the strength that it brings. It's almost like Spider-Man and puts his arm out and you can do that with a vine. You see it go somewhere and it connects with something. So maybe there's some connection for you in there. Or maybe because we're going into the colder months and the months with less light, you're looking for a connection. Something that you crave and would like to set up for harvest, because harvest time is all about connection. And of course, I say that a lot, but our breath is also a connection, because our breath brings us back into our body. And when we work with craft, we need our body, we need our connection there as well. Another beautiful question to play around with. What aspect of the world around you do you find most beautiful or inspiring? How can you capture that essence from the outer beauty, using colors and simple patterns? How can you bring that back into you, into your life? So for me, it's following lines. I've been fascinating my whole life by following lines, and just follow them and see where they go and where they overlap. It's really interesting. And when you think about it, these feathers, those swan feathers, they have singular outputs, so to speak. On Friday, we connected with Emu, who have double outputs, double connections in the feathers. So that's also a pattern. Like, do you like things come out of one point, or do you have patterns that you love to put in different chapter, different boxes? Comes out for you there. We're almost through the questions, but how do you see your inner qualities and the beauty I see in the world connect with the outside world? So how they complement one another? What colors and patterns could you use to visualize that expression into harmony? So how can you bring that back into your feather when we start connecting your innerness and your outerness? Which also brings back that beauty where we're in that equinox now, that we're playing with that, how the moon bows to the sun. So that's the yin and yang that brings back the dark, the light, the darker colors, the lighter colors, patterns or no patterns. How is that coming visually back into you? While you're thinking of this question, that hangs beautifully together with our last question. Can you visualize your feather? Can you reflect on your feather and think of a space where you would hang them to remind your inner and outer beauty? We, of course, have already our cleansing smudge stick and our beautiful salmon. Where are we going to add our swan into this?
We can also use that question to end our crafting.
Yeah, of course. Here we go. And when you guys are ready, please come back. I will definitely take myself off the spotlight. Here we go.
Yeah.
I'm going to hand it over to you, Suzanne. Do you want that? Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, and I'd love to see the faces, cameras on, so I have a little bit of a connection. I'm very visual, so that we can then I have a little bit of an idea. Also, while we're doing the crafting, so I can see a little bit if how far you are and how we're doing, even if you just hold it up occasionally.
You okay, Michelle?
Yeah. There we go.
It took me a minute to come back.
All good.
I'm here.
No worries. No worries. So what I understand is that most of us will be working with paper feathers. Is that right, John? You also have paper.
You're muted, Sean. I don't know if you're talking, but
No, I wasn't talking, but yeah, paper.
yeah. Okay.
So,
Also paper. Okay.
I know
cool.
Michelle has one special feather that she will be using. Renee, you got paper, right?
Yeah, I got paper too. Yeah.
Okay. So I hope that you all are a little bit inspired by the meditation and then the question. So we're going to create 3 feathers, and the first feather will be symbolic for our inner beauty, and the second feather for our outward beauty or how the world perceives you, and those, and the last one will be what that looks like when it's balanced as a whole. So I played around with the actual feather, and it works quite well with acrylic paint. Acrylic paint needs to be put on quite dry, so you don't make the paint very wet, and you do it quite gently and slowly, almost like in a meditative state. Now, the paper is more forgiving. It's not as tricky to do. And what I suggest you do is you cut one of them out that feels like the one that should be representative of your inner beauty. And I am essentially going to stop talking and start crafting, and I will be switching some music, some Celtic music on. And I would say occasionally hold up your feathers so that I can more or less see how far you are before we switch over to the next feather and then to the final feather. So I think about, my estimate is between 10-15 minutes per feather. Do it calmly, enjoy the process. I would also recommend you follow the lines as if it's a real feather, because I was forced to kind of follow those same lines as what Renee was talking about. It's very hard to paint against the grain of a real feather. So try and honor that in your paper feather. Obviously, you can go wild on paper, but try and see if you can keep that feathery kind of structure. So yeah, you can start by cutting out and then color it in a way that fits your inner beauty. And I'm going to put some music on.
I'm just quickly run to get my scissors, but I'll be back. So just so you know.
Okay.
I don't know if it's just me, but I don't really hear the music. I don't know if Michelle or Sean are hearing the music, but I am not.
No, no, I didn't even think about it, but no.
Okay, just wanted to say.
The music is not working, right?
No.
That sharing option has vanished again. Okay, let me play with the settings and you just continue with your feather. I'm not sure how well you can hear me now, but can you sort of show me a little bit how far you are with your feather? If you're getting to what feels like right for you, or if you need a little bit more time. If you need a little bit more time, then put your thumbs up. Okay, I'll give you a bit more time. Okay, I would like you to try and round it off, otherwise we are going to take too much. So try and see if you come to your final touches on your inner beauty feather. All right, so we're going to put our inner beauty feather to the side, and we are going to move to the feather that will be representative of our outer beauty, or maybe what people mention when they talk about you, or maybe how you know people are perceiving you and the things that you are easily sharing with the world. So try and come to a symbolic coloring in of that in your next feather. Again, cut it out first and then try and draw it with the grain. If anybody is really, it goes really too fast, or you can't keep up, or you need some help or advice, then just unmute and let me know. Otherwise, can everybody give me a thumbs up? Sean, you're right. Zoned out. All
Yeah.
right.
Are you okay, Sean? All good?
Oh, good. Great. Okay, continue. So, and I would like you to start working on your third feather that will be able to bring these two together. Can I maybe see some feathers if you can bring them close to the camera so I can see them a bit better? Oh, yeah. You're doing magic tricks. Yeah, I can see. I just saw it. Oh, gorgeous. Awesome. Awesome. There we go. Okay. So are we all good to work on the third feather and see how those two combine into what we are as one person? Yeah, everybody good? Can you give me thumbs up? Great, thank you. Yeah, ladies, then we are getting to something of a end of this session. See, you're all ready to, and I've been waiting to stop crafting. So now, as you finish off, and obviously you can continue with this, if you feel it needs a little bit more finishing touches. This is where you will be getting some of your colorful string and take some string that feels right, and it can be all the same colors. I happen to have these colors ready that I quite enjoy, so I'm taking these. I'm just going to add them to my feathers. Gently, obviously. I have printed my feathers onto sturdier paper, so I'm cheating a little bit. If you just use normal printer paper, what most people probably will have done, then you obviously need to tie this very gently. But you get the idea. And I would like to start closing these sessions soon. How are you doing, Renee? How are you still deep in your process there?
I'm okay. Oh, now I dropped everything. Okay, it was an interesting experience actually to I don't know, I feel my energy, I don't know how it was for you, but my energy went up and down, and I really felt like going in and then going out, and then brought up emotions, and so yeah, to be really honest, I'm not quite sure where I'm at with all of it, but it was interesting to honestly share. And so I don't know, how was it for you guys?
I can share because I actually did it as if I was a participant, and I actually haven't done this particular one myself. So I felt the colors ended up being quite symbolic for certain aspects of my personality or interests. So connected to nature. This is being my in my inside one, and it's got a lot more softer colors. It's like seeing things through rose tinted glasses, and love and creativity. And when I made the one like the outer beauty, I use black because a lot of people often comment that they find me a strong personality and go-getter and decisive and all of those qualities that I actually personally don't really associate with myself. It's just that I think that the rest of the world is a bit undecisive, it's not me that's off. And then the in between, where I sort of need to embrace those qualities that other people see in me, as well as a more balanced way, where you can see it's like the outer beauty is very it's not symmetrical, whereas the combined one is symmetrical and also still has the eye in it. So it was, for me, it was a very nice process. It really brought me insight and realizations. So, and I will hang it on my balcony door, which is where I will wake up every morning, and I will look outside and I will just remind myself of inside, outside, and the best of both.
Cool.
Yeah. Michelle.
I would like to share mine, if I can figure this out. I really got very lost in the process of doing it, and the first one I felt like reddish. I don't have a lot of paint, so I went with what I had, and I didn't have all the colors that I would have used. Like I had no green or yellow, but I really love blue, and magenta has been very strong in my life lately. So I use magenta. There's these flowers I see every day that are that color, and that was the inner one. Then the outer one, I just felt very compelled to use brown and then add some colors to that. Some of the same colors. I think I got more involved in the process of putting the colors together. I was thinking about myself, but I was also really just lost in what I was doing. And then the last feather, the real feather, was really fun to paint. And I kind of just combined all the colors of the other two. And it felt very different to actually paint on a real feather. I held it in the air while I was painting instead of flat. So I really enjoyed the whole process. And yeah, that's basically all I have to say, I think.
That's
thank you.
Awesome. I also found that the feather, you need to hold it upright, and that's the only way you can paint it. It is a different feeling to it.
Yes, very, very different. It's just I can't wait to see what it looks like when it dries. They're all very wet, so I couldn't tie strings to them yet, but.
So yeah, I hope you agree with me with the advice to do that one last.
Yes, absolutely. It felt like I built up to that one, and I know this is Swan, and I was connecting to Swan, but also to the goose, whoever dropped that feather for me. So
Yes,
I felt both for sure.
awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool.
I just managed to take a photo of them. Maybe.
No.
I need background, my background.
I can
This
see.
is maybe. So can you guys see?
There you go. Yeah.
Kind
Yeah.
of.
So the heart one is my inside here, which is really the way I feel. That's the one that gets me into trouble sometimes. And then the middle one is the outside world, where or people see me as a strange person. Like, so I had little spooky things, like they see me as weird, or people just see me as sunshine. Like, I love being around you, your energy, everything else. And then the last one was kind of a combination, and especially the lines is where I try to figure out how society works and how to fit in, and with my heart and with my weirdness and with my sunshine. And so yeah, it was an interesting combination of doing. So I wasn't so much connected with the colors, although I like, it was more the sensations and the emotions that were coming up for me while working with it. So yeah,
Beautiful.
I'll send a photo to you so you can see it.
That's
That was
great.
me.
Thank you for sharing. Sean, we haven't heard much from you. I'd love to hear what it was like for you.
I felt a lot like I didn't know what I was doing. Um, okay. Okay. First one, was supposed to be like, nature and my love of nature and all kinds of natural things. That's why there's like vines and grapes. And that kind of went over to abundance too. And then the middle one was, I think maybe people see, or maybe I try to project love. So it kind of looks like hearts, kind of. And then the last one was just supposed to be balance. And just balance. Just that I feel like I didn't know what I was doing.
Did you enjoy the process? Did you enjoy
Yes.
doing it?
Yes.
Well, that's the first box is ticked already. Did you have some realizations about your inside and your outside beauty in that respect? Do you know where you're gonna hang it?
No, I don't know where I'm gonna hang it.
Okay, maybe it'll come to you later.
Yeah.
Michelle, do you know where you're going to hang it?
Yeah, I'm gonna hang it in my new room that I'm creating for myself in my house that's been recently vacated. So I'm gonna make it my own. And my fish is also with my plant, and that plant is thriving so amazingly. I love it. So I like having all these things together. And I feel like I want to burn my sage my smudge stick that I made in that room before I kind of move everything into it.
Oh,
So kind
beautiful.
of combining everything.
Yeah, winner story. Cool. And the last one, and then I think we can close it off, hey Renee. Where are you gonna hang it?
Well, yeah, for me you can't see, but so I have everything on my back there. So I have my
On
smudge
that
stick.
thing that's behind you,
Yeah,
when
so
we
in
do,
presentation I
it's
do.
like shelves, like a fireplace.
Yeah, you can normally see it.
A
I
hearth.
don't know.
It looks like a hearth.
Yeah. I know it as well.
Oh, here you go.
You can switch
None.
it.
Yeah.
There you
Now you
go.
can see it. So yeah, I have my fish stick there and my smudge stick and Bella and my angels and my plants, and so that's where these are going to go there as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome. Awesome. I really enjoyed this session. Thank you, ladies, for joining. And it clearly works as well with paper as it does with a feather, but there is something to be said with a real feather. There is an extra element to it. But I enjoyed it with the paper as well. So yeah, all good. Renee, do you want to close off?
Well, I think I want to invite everyone to embrace and melt together the inner and outer beauty, in combination with the inner and outer wisdom. So the lessons learned on the outside that we're being presented with, being the people, being the situations that we're in, and the lessons learned from the inside. So we approach things differently, and then the combination then is our presentation to the outside world that we can tap into more and more as ourselves. Vision that. So you put your hands on your heart. Let's take a deep breath together. And a beautiful out breath together. And I want to acknowledge so much beauty in our session, acknowledge spending time with us here. And I want everyone to know that I see you in the beauty that you are, and the radiant that you share. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
And closing up, I think our next animal will be butterfly. So I cannot wait for Suzanne to come up with something in the metaphors. So we're going from this beautiful beauty into the transformation of the butterfly. So I'm excited.
I can't wait for my month.
I can already give you a hint on the material to look for. And I would like you to see if you have any old road maps. Nothing fancy, something like, you know, in the Netherlands, our dads all have these Michelin road maps. Hey, Renee, you know them. But it could also be an old atlas. It can also be even something, anything that looks like a map.
It's
nothing.
very hard to find new ones.
Yeah, but
I have old ones, but I discovered, it was already a couple of years ago that I was a little bit, it was dark, so I'm really good at directions north in the daytime. I know where the sun is, and I was going from one place to another, and I stopped at a gas station to see, is there a local road map? And the guy was like, and this is before I had a smartphone, so I didn't have no GPS. And I have old maps, believe me, but you can't find new. They're a very hard thing to find now.
Yeah. And Sean, I just looked at the calendar, and Suzanne and I agreed on this date. It's the 16th, and that is on a Wednesday. So I don't know if I shared this before, but it is on Wednesday the 16th.
Maybe that's why I got confused.
Yeah, and it's the same time as today. So the time we've already agreed on. It's just that us Canadians are doing Thanksgiving in the month of October. I know you have your Thanksgiving in November, but so it's on the 16th of October.
Okay.
And it is Michelle's birthday month. So
yeah, my birthday is the 19th, so we
at
right
what
before
time?
that.
On the 16th.
same time as we did it now.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know what time zone you live in. almost, it's around dinner time here. It went
For
dark
you, yeah.
while I was doing the
It's the
session.
same time as we started today. So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
half an hour after our Reiki circle normally. So I don't know what time that is for you.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop the recording.
I think it's isn't it 12:30 for you?
12:30 for me, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
You were
Yeah, I
between
just
me
know,
and
honest to
Michelle.
God, I have it,
Yeah, I'm
I have it
1:30.
all written down,
Yeah.
that we were, that. Ever.